Hello everybody. It's been only 3 months since Yellowstone Season 4 has wrapped up. However, we feel like it's been forever since we said goodbye to the show. Any day without Yellowstone feels like an eternity and we hate it. Besides, the show is a master of shocking endings, forcing us to care about what will come next. Naturally, all we do in our free time is to speculate about the series and try to figure out the possible plot twists that are expecting us in the upcoming season. Season 4 was no exception to the rule as well. The season finale witnessed Jaime killing his father, Garrett, because of the blackmailing and manipulation of Beth. Well, how can we not wonder about what will happen in the next season with such an ending, right? The worst thing about Yellowstone is it's taking so long for a new season to be released. Between Season 3 and Season 4, we waited for about 2 years, which was just brutal. We can blame the pandemic for such a long interval, though. Still, we're certain that we will wait at least a year before the new season premieres, and we don't like to think about it. Although we made our excitement clear about the new season, we believe that majority of the Yellowstone audience isn't on the same page with us. To be honest, though we can handle the long waiting process and do whatever it takes to watch the new season of the show, for many it becomes more and more unbearable to deal with the series. Not only its problematic release schedule, but also the high prices of the Paramount Network troubles many of the fans, causing them to stop caring about the show as a whole. On top of these, there's also the fact that many don't see Season 4 as good as the other seasons of the show, which isn't exactly benefiting the series' reputation. So, without further ado, let's dive into all of these topics separately and figure out why nobody will watch Yellowstone Season 5. First and foremost, let's be honest, Paramount Network isn't the most accessible platform out there. As far as its content, it's lacking far behind the leaders of the sector, such as Netflix and Amazon Prime. It's also only accessible within the US, meaning that if you're outside the US, you have no access to the Yellowstone. This is a major problem for most of the fans. Yes, pandemics limited our capacity for transnational travel. However, this doesn't change the fact that we're living in a global world and we want to access anything anywhere with only one click. Knowing that we cannot watch Yellowstone if we leave the US is a major discomfort for many of us who like to travel. This also means that people outside of the US are oblivious that there is a show named Yellowstone. Since most of the hit series reached success through access to the global audience, we have trouble in understanding why would Taylor Sheridan want to continue to work with Paramount Network and be content with being popular only within the US. Yes, Yellowstone's subject matter and its characters are heavily American, but this doesn't necessarily mean that they wouldn't be relatable outside of the US. Also, Paramount Network is quite pricey considering its limited content. The Paramount Plus, which is the ad-free option of the channel, costs $10 a month, which is the same price as Netflix. This is just absurd. In Netflix, the audience gets access to dozens of content from across the world without dealing with the adverts. However, all Paramount offers is its reality shows and Yellowstone, which is far from enough. Expectedly, many decide to cancel their subscriptions to the platform after making a cost-benefit evaluation of the situation. Yes, Yellowstone is a great show, but that price is too much for a single show. Instead, we can explore other great shows on Netflix with a much better deal. Last but not least, unfortunately, Yellowstone Season 4 has fallen flat according to many. After the epic Season 3 finale in which all the Duttons were brutally attacked and made us believe that all of them could be dead, we were expecting an amazing Season 4 that will exceed our expectations. However, every peak point is followed by a downfall, which is exactly what happened in Yellowstone Season 4. Not that the season was bad, but the fact that it wasn't what we were expecting. The Season 3 finale raised the bar too high, and now, anything other than perfect feels disappointing to us. Season 4 was good in terms of exploring the inter-family relations and the politics of Montana. And yet, when it comes to several plot points, it felt like it started many of them at once and then forgot to deal with them afterward. For instance, John has become a mayoral candidate, but the issue has never been explored any further, or the sheriff was killed in a clash which is forgotten afterward. More often than not, we felt like we missed a couple of episodes between the existing episodes, which is never a good feeling. We didn't even get to see a meeting between Jaime and John, which was built up multiple times. Instead, we got multiple unnecessary scenes such as Beth going to prison to face the supposed attacker of her family, which was pointless. Naturally, now many fans of the show who were so invested in the series so far feel like they are losing time, and thus there is no point in keeping following Yellowstone. What do you think about Yellowstone? Will you tune in for the Season 5 of the show, or are you also calling it quits? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.